These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me already, my name is Genesis, and if you do know me, well, welcome back. I'm really excited. I got this new like ring light setup type deal, and it's really nice. But let's just get started on this video. I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know about my labor and delivery story. No, I didn't film it because it was really intense. It was really intense labor and delivery, and it's just something I couldn't film. And well, it was intense for me. I know a lot of people go through more intense things and during labor, but this was pretty intense for me, so I didn't film it. I hope you guys enjoyed my second or my first trimester video. I know it was super short, but I just hope you guys enjoyed it. So this is my labor and delivery story. So what had happened was on July 16th, July 16th, that's the day she was born. July 14th, the 14th or the 15th, because I know my nephew's birthday was on the 14th. I think it was the 15th of July. Me and my boyfriend, it was a really hot day. Me and him went on a walk. We went out, we went to Target, I think. We did a few things and we went out because I needed to get walking. I had 2 more weeks left and I needed to kickstart this labor, and I've been trying for the whole month of July and a little bit of June, because honestly I was a slacker. That was my big mistake. So I came home and I told my mom that I felt really dizzy and I was super tired and all I wanted to do was sleep. She was like, girl, why don't you go to the hospital to get checked? Even if it's nothing, go get checked, okay? Because you can never know. Every pregnancy is different. You never know, right? So I was just like, okay, I'll go get checked just for my mom's sake. I wasn't doing it because I wanted to, because I really just wanted to stay home and sleep. So I went in and we were both in there, and they hooked me up to those little weird strappy things that go over your stomach, and I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. So I had been strapped up. They checked my blood pressure. I was sitting in the room waiting, and then the girl comes in. She checked because I had to wait like 15-20 minutes for them to check me, to do my blood pressure and everything like that. And then the doctor came in and she's like, listen, I'm just gonna give you a few medications to send you home because your blood pressure is a little bit high. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. So then afterwards, I was just like sitting in there, everything was fine, and then my boyfriend was like, yo, what if you went into labor today? Like, what if you had to stay here today because we're gonna have the baby today? And I was like, nah, it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. And he was like, but that's crazy if it did happen. I was like, don't jinx it, because I am not ready. And then afterwards, then the doctor came in again, and she was just like, hey, things have changed. We are actually gonna keep you because you're gonna have your baby today. And I was just like, what? And you're gonna have a baby today. And I was like, oh, okay. I was literally in like so much shock. Mind you, this is my first pregnancy, so I was like in complete shock. My heart sank and dropped down on my ass. Like I felt it, like I felt my heart like pumping for a second, and I was like in the inside I was gasping. My heart was pumping. I was like freaked out. Like I don't know. Like it felt like it just everything sank in, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So then afterwards, I was like, okay, called my mom, told her to bring the bags, told her we're having this baby, and that I will see her after I have this baby. And she was super, super excited. And I was excited too. The reason why I was going into labor that day instead of my due date was because of my blood pressure. Throughout this whole pregnancy, my blood pressure, about, I think going into my second trimester, my blood pressure kept getting high, and then it'll go to normal, but it just kept like going back and forth, and it was obviously that I was having some type of hypertension. I'm not really sure what it was. I know it had to do with something hypertension and preeclampsia, and just there's a lot of stuff going on. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have this baby. They asked me how I wanted to have this baby. I was like, I want to have this baby natural, and if I can't take the contractions, I will give in and get an epidural. And they were like, okay, we're gonna have a natural baby. I was like, okay. So we went into the other room because they had to put us in the other room, and turns out my cervix was super, super, like super, super closed. And they're like, okay, so we need to get things started. And they had to induce me. So if you don't know what inducing is, it's pretty much they're giving you something, because they have multiple different ways of inducing women to give birth. They do the balloon, and they could do like a little pill. I think it's like half of a broken pill. I don't know exactly what it is. And it's just like a whole bunch of other ways, like they had told me. I don't remember a lot of that because there was a lot of big names. So lose my train of thought again. Okay, so they had they're like, we need to get things started. Your cervix is closed. It's thick and it is closed. I was like, I was nowhere near anything. So they gave me this little pill thing. We tried to get things moving and going, and it thinned out. There was a specific part where it was still kind of thick and it did not want to thin out. And so then they gave me something else, and then I was having contractions, and man, was I handling them. I did not cry. I literally got off, like, I don't know what it is, but I was having a conversation with my mom. I was video chatting with her, and every time I would talk to her, I want to cry, but I was like, I can't cry. And I was laying there, I wasn't crying, I was just pushing through these contractions, and I was like almost breaking my boyfriend's hand accidentally. And then what else happened? And then afterwards, I was calling my sister, I was talking to my sister while I was going through these contractions, and she was like, Hennessy, you need to just smell the flowers and blow the candle out. And I was like, what? She was like, take a deep breath in and blow it out your mouth. And I just did that, and it worked, and I felt better, and it was so great. They still hurt it, but the pain was easier to manage, and that was great. And then they gave me some type of Benadryl or whatever, and I was knocked out through my contractions. I was sleeping through those, and then I woke up, and they had put a balloon in me to get things started because there still wasn't opening, and they had to put a balloon in me. I know that sounds weird, but I mean, if you are a mom and you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you know the balloon that I'm talking about, they just put it like this, it kind of looks like wires in a way, but there's like these little string things, I don't know, and they put it in you, and they push saline in, and it makes a balloon full of water, and it helps like stretch out your cervix and everything like that. So that's what they did. And then 5:30 in the morning. They had taken it out, and I remember it because it was a little bit traumatizing. Because I don't know why, I still remember it. They said 5:30 we're gonna take it out, and that just stuck with me because it was painful when the balloon filled. It was really painful for me. Like, I have a pain tolerance, and I was able to manage that, so I'm pretty happy about it. I didn't even cry, like, not even one bit, but it hurt. I'm telling you, it hurt. When I said it hurt, it hurt. And then afterwards, they took it out, and then I was still trying to get it going. I was sitting on the ball, trying to move around because I've been laying down and trying everything, literally everything. I finally took a shower, rinsed myself off. Time goes by. They tried putting in the balloon again, but I just couldn't handle it the second time, so we couldn't do that. And then they kept checking my blood pressure or whatever, and I finally reached 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter is like your pinky. Like just this little bit of your pinky. Yeah, it's pretty much 1 centimeter. And then a lot of time goes by, and the doctor came in and she was like, listen, Genesis, your blood pressure keeps going up. It keeps going up, and you are entering preeclampsia, and if we don't, do something now, it could be possible that you would have a seizure. Because how high your blood pressure is going. And that was very kind of like concerning. And they told me there's 2 ways we can do it. We can give you either a C-section, or we can do this other way where pretty much they're gonna give me some medicine. I would feel like I had the flu and try to get things going and to really, really get this labor on the road to get pushed. And I had said okay, and I would just give me like a few minutes to talk it over with my boyfriend or with my mom or whatever. And I had decided to go for the C-section. I know that's crazy because I wanted to have a natural birth, but with the way things were going, in my circumstances, I couldn't. And I decided to go for the C-section because I didn't want to risk pushing or still being in labor and then having the seizure, even if they gave me medication and all this other stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm having the C-section. They're like, okay. So honestly, they came in my room, they shaved me, they did everything, they got me prepped. It was pretty much within like a 10-minute time frame. I was already prepped, ready to go, and I was down the hallway on my way to have my C-section. Then they put in the epidural. And this epidural, it was like, I think it was an epidural, but this one was different. And honestly, it didn't hurt. It was like the tiniest little needle, and that's all I felt was a tiny little needle on my back. And then from near my boobs, so under them and down, was completely numb. And when they put it in, my whole legs felt warm, they felt tingly, and it was just like, it was just like, I don't know, like a reverse trippiness. I don't know. It tripped me out. And they got me on the bed, and they started the procedure. And they cut me open, and then they pulled the baby out. Once they pulled the baby out, I didn't know, I felt this sense of relief, like I could take a deep breath. And honestly, it felt good. And then when they pulled her out, she wasn't crying. And my boyfriend was like, why isn't she crying? Why isn't she crying? And I was just like, hold on, just give her a second. Hold on, she's gonna cry. I know she's gonna cry. And then she finally cried, which was so exciting. Just thinking about it I just want to cry all over again. It was so exciting when she started crying. Oh my God. Honestly, I was so petrified to become a mom. Very, very petrified. I was scared. I had so many mental breakdowns throughout my pregnancy, and so many it felt like a crisis I was going through, because honestly, I didn't feel prepared. I didn't feel like I was meant to be a mom. I didn't feel like I was ready to be a mom. And I was just feeling like so many different feelings. And my mom was just trying to comfort me, like, it's okay, we're gonna support you. You have your boyfriend, you have us, it's okay, you can do this. And I was just like constantly crying, like, I don't know if I can. Because I don't really have much to give. And I wanted to give my child as much as I could when I had it. But you know, things just don't go as planned. So, she was finally out. I'll show you pictures. There'll be pictures, you know. And she weighed about 6 pounds, 7 ounces. And she was 19 inches long. She was born at 11:54, if I'm not wrong. And she was amazing and beautiful, and she's my entire world and my whole heart, and I'm so glad that I had her. I don't regret any of it, because once she was in my hands, it just felt amazing. It felt really, really great. I literally cried when I saw her, and it was just the best feeling in the world. And that was my labor and delivery story. What happened next was crazy, and which I'm gonna explain now. But after she was born, we took her out to the room, and there was a recovery room, and like pretty much I was just on so many medications. Everything was so foggy, and finally, after everything being foggy, I was finally like awake. I was able to excuse me. I was able to be like pay attention to everything, and that's when I found out that my daughter had tested positive for Crohn's, because my blood type is negative, her blood type is positive. And so she has a positive blood type and I have a negative blood type. My blood cells were attacking her, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff that was going on. And then come to find out, they say every baby's born with jaundice, a little bit of jaundice. But my baby, she was born with jaundice, and she was born with a little bit more than a usual baby would have. And that got us stuck in the hospital for about a whole week because her jaundice was fluctuating. And then I think it was a day or two before we were supposed to get discharged, like a while ago. We couldn't. And then a day or two before we finally got discharged, her jaundice went up again, and it was at a 14.2, and she had to go under a blue light. And that hurt me so much because I felt like I did something to my daughter. I felt like I don't know, I just felt like it's my fault that her jaundice is so high. I don't know, I was very emotional because I felt like I had a lot of mom guilt, and I didn't really know much about jaundice, and I was just feeling like pretty sad about it and kind of stressed out because all I wanted to do was go home and take care of my daughter, and I couldn't because of her jaundice, and it just kind of sucked. Mind you, I was still on so much medications and everything because I had lost a lot of blood, and I was still having blood pressure problems, and so I had to get tummy shots. I had to take a bunch of medication, and then there's like, she needs to go under a blue light. And I was like, okay. So she went under a blue light, and here's a picture of that. And then after that, in the morning, her levels went down to an 8.7, and I was like, wow, that's really, really good. And then they have this thing called a rebound test. A rebound test is where they check it in the afternoon to see if the levels have went back up again or had gone down. And her levels went down to a 2 point, I think it was a 2.4. And since it was down to a 2.4, we were able to take her home. And once we took her home, I was so excited. I was relieved that we finally got discharged and we were able to go home. And ever since then, she has been healthy. Her jaundice is gone and she is doing great and flourishing amazingly. And she is finally a month old. On the 16th, she turned a month old, and I'm just so excited for my little princess to, you know, flourish and, you know, have a great life. And it's very exciting. It's very exciting. Mom life it's a challenge, honestly, and I am still learning and I enjoy learning, and I can't get enough of her, and I don't know, it's just really happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed my labor and delivery story, and I don't know, and everything about it. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and have a beautiful, blessed day. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.